This is an 8 News Now breaking news alert.
He was the sweetest soul. He always smiled and played, and he was rambunctious and spunky.
Hurt. Shocking. I just don't see how you could do this to your own child.
Another tragic day as the body of little Amari Nicholson is discovered not far from where he was first reported missing. This as the accused killer appears before a judge.
Good evening and thank you for joining us here at 5. The search for the body of 2-year-old Amari has come to an end and the push for his justice is beginning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Denise Valdez.
And I'm Brian Loftus. We have team coverage. Joe Moeller is live. We're a memorial and vigil plan for tonight. The I-Team's Vanessa Murphy first broke the story of Terrell Rhodes' alleged confession and arrest. But we begin with Victoria Saha live from the area where Amari was found earlier this afternoon.
Ryan, I'm at Siegel Suites where Amari was found just after 1 o'clock this afternoon. There was a huge police presence, and this is right next to Murrow Suites, the last known location of Amari. After an extensive search for Amari, he was found behind this wall. Crowds gathered when the news broke about Amari's body being discovered. Strangers watched Amari as he was placed into a funeral home car yelling, "We love you, Amari." There were so many emotions today coming from people who have been following this case for a week and themselves have gone and searched for any clues that may have led them to Amari. I spoke to a woman here who lives close by. She tells me she was handing out flyers this week, and as devastating of an end this is, she's glad Amari was finally found.
My heart is broken for this baby and his family. I've been helping pass out flyers, and we've walked and looked. We've checked our trash cans. We've looked everywhere. It's too close to home.
As a scene cleared off at the Siegel Suites, Amari's mom, Taylor Nicholson, showed up at the McDonald's next door, and it appeared police were talking to her. The crowd gathered there and was very emotional, but she did not appear to be crying or in shock, and then drove off. Now, I was out here on Saturday as volunteers handed out flyers. Of course, they're all very upset. They couldn't find Amari earlier. Reporting live from Siegel Suites, Victoria Saha, 8 News Now.
Victoria, thank you. A memorial continues to grow outside of Emerald Suites all day long. People leaving those messages for a life lost far too soon. That's where Joe Moeller now joins us live. Joe?
Yeah, that vigil will take place here in about an hour's time. We're hearing that Amari's father is expected to be here. Now, the memorial has been growing throughout the day. We've been watching people drop off balloons, candles, stuffed animals. People have been writing on this post right here, "Rest in peace, Amari," and you are getting justice. Now, this is outside the Emerald Suites, and to give you an idea of how close this was to the Siegel Suites where his body was found, you can see that brown building right there. So this is just yards away from that location. Now, there was a number of people outside there earlier today when this all unfolded, including Juana Salazar, who was helping search for Amari.
We went there last night and we put some candles down and we put teddy bears, a football down, and a sign down. We'll be back here tonight. There's relief because he's gonna rest. He's gonna be laid to rest now.
After the arrest of 27-year-old Terrell Rhodes, that is Amari's mom's boyfriend, that is, I was in contact with Amari's father's family. They had asked for privacy. However, a representative from Nevada Child Seekers who was helping with this search was with them last night and said they were very shocked to hear about the arrest that was made in connection with this. Now, there is a vigil set here where this memorial continues to grow. It'll be happening at 6 o'clock. They are expecting a big presence. Reporting live here near Twain in Paradise, Joe Moeller, 8 News Now.
Well, as Joe mentioned there, Terrell Rhodes was arrested and is now charged with first-degree murder. And continuing our coverage here at 5, the I-Team's Vanessa Murphy. And Vanessa, there were concerns about his safety. Even his grandmother alluded to it leading up to his death.
That's right, Denise. We've learned there may have been warning signs that Amari Nicholson was in danger. Sources tell me within the past year there was at least one report made to Child Protective Services alleging abuse, and the agency looked into the allegation but closed the case without taking further action. I reached out to CPS, but a spokesman says state law prohibits them from discussing specific individuals. As we first reported, now Terrell Rhodes is in jail, accused of killing the child.
Do you think if CPS had investigated more, after these calls you're saying the family made, do you think Amari would be safe right now?
Yes, ma'am. He'd be just fine.
Carrie Howard is Amari Nicholson's maternal grandmother. On Monday, she told the I-Team loved ones had been concerned about the safety of the 2-year-old child since his mother started dating Terrell Rhodes last year. On Tuesday, sources told the I-Team Rhodes confessed to killing Amari.
Are you Mr. Rhodes?
The 27-year-old man appeared in court for a murder charge Wednesday.
We would note that the defendant lied for approximately 1 week regarding covering up the murder that he committed against this child.
On May 7th, Amari's mother, Taylor Nicholson, and Rhodes talked with 8 News Now's Joe Moeller. Rhodes was watching Amari while his mom was out of town. He claimed a woman calling herself an aunt showed up to take the child.
And as I'm finna call my girlfriend and pack his bag at the same time, she says that they already got everything that they need for him. Then she proceeded out the door.
But Metro Police say Rhodes later admitted to hitting Amari numerous times, which caused his death on May 5th, 2 days before that interview, and then hid the child's body. According to the Clark County District Attorney's Office, evidence includes blood on a wall and soiled child's clothing. Detectives say they knew Rhodes was their primary suspect, while Rhodes continued to give his version to 8 News Now.
What's really sickening is that people is making assumptions, thinking that I have something to do with it, that I have her manipulated in some way, which that's sickening to me also, because he loves us. I mean, we would never do nothing like that to him.
Police say Rhodes fought with officers and grabbed an officer's gun when they went to arrest him. He will likely face charges in connection with that incident. The I-Team has learned Rhodes was released from prison last year for robbery and burglary convictions. Brian, back to you.
Okay, Vanessa, thank you for your reporting on this.